Magnitude 5.58 earthquake strikes Papua New Guinea, monitoring ongoing by Red Alert Team. A magnitude 5.58 earthquake struck Papua New Guinea on January 26, 2026, according to seismic data released by the German Research Center for Geosciences, GFZ. The earthquake occurred at a shallow depth of approximately 10 kilometers, about 6 miles, a factor that can increase the intensity of shaking felt at the surface compared with deeper seismic events. GFC data indicates the earthquake occurred in the New Guinea region, an area situated within the highly active Pacific seismic belt commonly known as the Ring of Fire. This global zone is characterized by frequent earthquakes and volcanic activity due to the interaction of several tectonic plates. Papua New Guinea lies at the convergence of multiple plate boundaries, where constant geological pressure and movement make earthquakes a routine but serious natural hazard. Because the quake originated at a relatively shallow depth, tremors may have been felt more sharply in nearby areas. Shallow earthquakes tend to transmit energy more directly toward the surface, which can result in stronger ground motion even when magnitudes are considered moderate on a global scale. The extent of impact from such events often depends on distance from the epicenter, local soil conditions, and the strength and design of buildings and infrastructure. At the time the information was released, no major damage or casualties had been officially confirmed. Initial reports following earthquakes can sometimes take time to develop, particularly in regions where terrain, weather conditions, and communication limitations affect rapid assessments. Authorities typically continue monitoring and gathering field information in the hours and days after seismic activity to determine whether communities have been affected. Papua New Guinea's geography makes it especially vulnerable to secondary hazards that can follow earthquakes. In mountainous or high rainfall areas, shaking can destabilize slopes, increasing the risk of landslides. Coastal and offshore seismic activity can also raise concerns about sea disturbances, though not all earthquakes generate such threats. Emergency and disaster agencies generally remain alert for aftershocks, which are smaller earthquakes that occur as the Earth's crust adjusts after a primary event. Seismic activity is a long-standing reality for communities across the country. Over the years, Papua New Guinea has experienced numerous earthquakes of varying magnitudes, reinforcing the importance of preparedness, resilient construction practices, and public awareness of safety procedures during tremors. Experts commonly advise residents in quake-prone regions to secure heavy objects, identify safe shelter spots indoors, and remain cautious of damaged structures after shaking stops. Scientific monitoring organizations such as GFZ and other international and regional seismic networks continue to track Earth movements in and around Papua New Guinea. Their data supports both immediate hazard awareness and long-term research aimed at understanding patterns of tectonic stress in one of the most geologically dynamic parts of the world. Continued observation is essential, as aftershocks can occur following the main quake, sometimes hours or even days later. While this latest event has not immediately resulted in confirmed large-scale impacts, it serves as a reminder of the persistent natural forces shaping the region. Ongoing monitoring and coordinated response planning remain key components of reducing risk and strengthening resilience in communities regularly exposed to seismic hazards.